Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Okay, so I finally got it working, and when I did the install for OpenClaw, which it's now called, I didn't ever play with it or try and use it. And when I did try and use it, I was having issues where, well, I had multiple issues, but anyways, one of the main ones that I just resolved was that whenever I would say something in the chat, then it would just forget it, right? Like I would say, my name is admin, and then I'd say, what did I just say? It would say, I don't know. I don't have access to it. So I searched and looked through all kinds of stuff. Um, it was just nothing but problems. Anyway, so I was up till like 5 a.m. this morning. Then I had to go to work. So I just got off work, and good grief, I finally figured it out, and it's due to a bug that hasn't been pushed yet to the main branch. So here's the bug. I think yeah, so here's the bug, and I would suggest that whenever you're having issues, that you go to OpenClaw issues and see if you find your thing in there. Or I just I just ask Grok. Excuse me. But the streaming, I was fighting with Grok and Perplexity. So only two subscriptions that I pay for is Grok and Perplexity, and I'm going to let Perplexity run out. I'm going to keep Grok because it generally does better with some issues. But it's like, it's so hard to freaking figure out like the issue for this new software. Anyways, it all came back down to the JSON file. And I'm not sure, to be honest with you, if this, like up here, it has all this different stuff for modified files, but I just took this portion right here and put it into my JSON file and then edited it based on this, and then, you know, looked at these and then fixed the errors that I got just in the trying to run that JSON file, and then it worked. So I'll show you. So just a quick FYI. So like here I have Ollama. So so I have 5 RTX 5060 Ti's, 16 gigabytes each. Okay. So, and this is running in a an Epic server, 250 gigabytes of RAM and 32 cores. I don't know why it doesn't show hyper-threading, but anyway, so that's where Ollama's running. So here I have these models installed. So I was playing around with different ones, but the problem that I have is that I have 80 gigabytes of VRAM, and because I have to force the context to be larger according to all the documentation I read on OpenClaw, I need a large context window of 64K minimum. But I think I have mine set at like 128. So it makes the models take up more VRAM. So I wasn't able to, I really like this mini max one, but it splits it 50-50 CPU and GPU. And it's like 4 tokens a second, which is doable, but it's just, when I'm playing with it, I don't want to wait for all that. Like maybe after I get, oh, and this is a uncensored model, but, that I got from Hugging Face. But anyways, I was trying to find some fast, so I did a lot of speed tests on all these different models and stuff. And really, to be honest with you, the one that actually came out on top as far as like performance and larger parameters was the OSS 120B GPT OSS 120B. So that's the one I'm using in my model. And I tried other ones. I tried switching it around when I thought that it was causing problems. And then I just was like, well, I just need to stick with one. So anyways, so that's that. So then I have the install video. So if you follow the install video, you can get it working. And I made a lot of changes, but I'm fairly confident that if you just use the same JSON file that I have, it'll work. And I just noticed I keep saying my bad. Anyways, so OpenClaw. Okay, actually, I am gonna back it up now just because you see I backed up a bunch of them. So I was thinking about saving different backups with different models loaded, but eventually you'll be able to select the model. But anyways, so okay, so here's the things that I had to fiddle with, and I'm not sure if it's a combination of the things that I set up or what. So I had to add, this is the part right here that I added from that thread in the bug. Okay, so if you look at this, so I took this and I put it in there, and then some of his, like, I tried to say on here for ask, and it's always. It seems weird that, like, it threw an error and said that it had an improper term and it could only be off, always, or something else I can't remember. And then I tried local, because I was thinking like local, like I wanted to have control of the VM, but apparently this is what you have to put. Local's not accepted. I think it gave me some suggestions or something, but I don't remember. Anyways, it's neither here nor there. So I took this and I put it in here, and you can see it right here, tools. And you may want to change this for yourself, but this is how I set it up. I did turn ask as always, but then it, like, I don't like it to keep asking because I'm playing with it and it doesn't matter what happens to that VM. I got backups of it and everything, so it's not a big deal. I even have snapshots and all stuff, which I plan on making a video later on all that. But anyways, so there's that. And so then if you come down, here's the stuff from my other video doing the install, right? So here's the part that I added in models, the base URL. That's my URL to my Ollama. And there was a thing about the OpenAPI responses versus something else. I got different information on which one you should put, but it's OpenAPI dash responses and something else. Anyways, oh, that's weird. Oh, I could have swore I was using the 120B. Okay, well, that's weird. I'm not going to change it now. Oh yeah, see, primary is 120B. That's really strange. One thing I did have to go back and do. So whenever I went through, I had to go back through the onboarding, and when it got to, you know, where it was that section where it was like you could add all of them, I didn't do that. I went down to Ollama, and then it asked me if I wanted to pick a model, and so I just typed in, this is really the only one I can remember how to correctly type, so I added that. So that's weird that it doesn't have that up here. It still has a reference to the other model. Now I'm going to leave it the way it is. I mean, I might jack with it later, but since everything's working, I backed it up. I'm not freaking touching anything. I'm just going to, you know, play with it. Now, one thing to keep in mind is it's the context window. I have 128K. The minimum it says for OpenClaw to work is like 64K. So you know, that just makes it take up more GPU space. Crap, I keep saying, sorry. The rest of the stuff, a lot of it was just defaulted. There was one other thing. So this, no, not batch. Oh, yeah, one thing that's not in the other video that I believe I needed to do in order to get the embedder working for the vector database. I'm assuming it's working, but like I said, like I know that I can ask it questions and it can see what I typed. And I had it create me a HTML document and it did it. So that's like, I was fighting this for all freaking night and morning. Okay. So anyways, I have that in there. I went and downloaded that model, just so it's there. I honestly don't know if it's using it right now. I had to add this safeguard reserve token floor. Like I made all these different changes, and all I know right now is it's working, and I'm not going to jack with it. I did do the recent update that just was available as of like, I don't know, 10 hours ago or something. So there's that, and I'll run the update again so you can just see what version I'm on. So then you have the commands. This is something I had to add in. I mean, this was like piecemeal together, and it was so frustrating. Anyways, there's the other section, control UI. Now, I watched a bunch of other install videos because I was like, well, maybe I did something wrong, right? I watched these other videos. They showed that it responds, but then it has that error because if you don't put this control UI allow insecure auth true, then you'll get that error at the top of the screen. So I don't know what's the deal with them. They have like, I don't know, 80K views or something, and I'm like, they didn't even do it right. Anyways, but they don't try and do anything because the problem I had was it couldn't call the tool functions, right? So anyways, I still have the same token password, and that's off. And then here's another thing I had to add. Oh, no, sorry. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. Now I'm going to copy this JSON file. Now I have a JSON file on my website right now, but it's not this one. So I haven't even copied this text out of it yet because I just got it working like 30 minutes ago. I'm like, oh crap, I got to make a video because like from what I've seen and tried, it's not working unless you do this unusual stuff. And I'm sure that they'll come out with the update when they add it in. But if you look right here, like for this bug in particular, it still says it's not assigned to anyone. So I don't know who this guy is that did it. I appreciate it if you ever see my video, joke lord. But thanks. Anyways, yeah, so there's that. So I'm going to get out of here and then I'm going to start it. If I can, well, okay. Watch, I get an error now. Okay, no, I didn't. Okay, so it says it's using 120B, but you saw in there, it only said it is primary. So I'm not sure how that works. So now I can go here and then I'll, well, it just reconnected. So anyways, so I have my token in there and then it authenticates. So now I can say, let's see, what's it called? Well, I'll just do this. So I'll say, create me a HTML file in call it HTML index HTML. Write HTML black background. I did one earlier, said hello world. I'll just mix it up. So last time I did a little more detailed prompt. and asked it where it was going to put it and everything. But I'll see what it says, and then I'll show you that the directory is empty. Oh, it did it already. Okay, so hello my world. Where'd you put it? So now, earlier I couldn't do any of this because it couldn't remember like the previous line. Like if I told it my name, I'd say, what's my name? And it wouldn't know. I ended up going and filling out the user MD file, putting my stuff in there. But what's cool is earlier I said, change my name, and it wrote it to all those locations. Workspace root. Okay, so there it is. Okay, so now we'll go in there. I have to stop it because this is Proxmox. So, oh, and there is this one error, but it doesn't seem to affect anything. And since it's all working, I really just don't want to touch anything. So, there it is. Index HTML. And there it is. Title, hello my world. Ha. And just to show you that I'm not making it up, I'm going to tell it to update it to say, hello my friend or something. I haven't tried this yet because, like I said, I just got it working, but it's kind of vague. I'll see if it does it. But I like how it does this like right. So you can see that, and if I click on it, it'll tell me, oh look, so edit. Okay, now it says that. If anything else needs tweaking. Okay, so again, got the tool thing, but cancel, nano, index, hello my friend. That's freaking awesome. Okay, so you can see it works, right? So clearly it works. I will upload this file here in about 30 minutes or something. So I'll pin a comment in the video saying that I've uploaded the file. So, and if you're trying to figure out how to get it installed, if you don't mind, watch that first video where I installed everything, because it's really the same thing, and then get this JSON file, because there's too many changes to like say write it in, and then just use this JSON file and then edit it as needed. So that's pretty much it. I'm gonna go play with it, but I may take a nap first. So thanks for watching.
Like and subscribe.